Good evening, everybody. And you can't see me, and I'm not sure why, but we'll fix that real quick. Hopefully. There we go. I do apologize. I'm not sure why the camera did not show up, but hey, we are fixed, and I just realized my hat is backwards. Guys, I want to welcome everybody to tonight's show. I want to hope you guys join us, and hopefully, you guys hit that follow button down there. When you hit that follow button, also hit that live notification button as well, because then you'll know when we go live with these beautiful little shows. Now, with that, guys, we're going to be showing you guys a bunch of amazing products that can get you through, of course, pretty much anything. If you guys have been paying attention to anything that's happening outside your window, you know there's some crazy weather out there. You never know when a power outage may hit. Well, these products can actually help you, of course, from Jackery. Now, we're going to start the show off with, of course, the cable packages that will come with all of these kits. Any of these power stations will come with a small kit or a kit like this. It will have a carrying bag, and inside that carrying bag is going to have a couple options of cabling. First and foremost, you'll get a wall-style charging cable if your device takes that. You'll also either get like this, a cigarette lighter style plug to charge it on a cigarette lighter plug in your RV, your motorhome, or your car, or you'll get a solar panel cable as well. Some of them may come with, of course, a little adapter to adapt down to different style of solar panels with that. So, guys, don't worry. They want to make sure that you're covered with those cablings in those times that you need it. Darthme, how are you doing? FP, what's up, guys? Now, with that, of course, we're going to start off with the mini but mighty little power station, the 100 Plus. The 100 Plus, of course, is right here in my hand. It's 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps. Now, this is a LiFePO 4 cell style system. Now, with this, of course, you have two USB-C ports. They are 100 watts in and out charging capability. Right there is your port. You also have one USB-A port at 18 watts and a display screen. You'll hit that little button. The display screen should come on unless it's, of course, dead. It's not dead. So right there is your display screen. Jennifer, how you doing? It's going. It's definitely going. Now, like I said, guys, you'll get an options of cabling. This one comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable, 100-watt pass-through cable. It also comes with a USB-C to DC plug adapter to adapt your solar panel to this device just by connecting it up just like that. Now, 99 watt hours of power means you guys can play like a Nintendo Switch for about 4.5 hours. Hey, it's going. 4.5 hours on a Nintendo Switch can play off of this, guys. About 6 different cell phone charges can be done off of this as well. Or a Nintendo Switch and a portable monitor for about a little over 3.5 hours. 99 watt hours of power in a LiFePO 4 cell that can be charged in under 2 hours on a wall plug is a beautiful idea. Now, this package is about $129 tonight, which is a great deal for this little power station. Now, with that being said, guys, there's a 5% code banner down there. If you guys spend over $1,000 today, use that code and get yourself, of course, 5% off over a $1,000 purchase. Why are you laughing at me? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. But you also have the option of this solar station and a solar panel together at a $229 price tag. Now, this is going to be the 100 Plus and this little beautiful Mini 40 solar panel. The Mini 40 solar panel is the size of a notebook, could be put in a backpack. Technically, both of these pieces can be put in a backpack, and you wouldn't even know they're there because this is like 2.5 pounds, and this is like 2 pounds. So together, about 4.5 to 5 pounds. Not very heavy. You would not realize this is in a backpack on a hiking trip or other things. This is a cool kit. The Mini 40 is going to allow you to do 40 watts of charging capability through this device. It'll take about 7 hours to charge this, but hey, it's not a long time, but you got a solar panel to do it. It's a cool little solar panel and station altogether. The panel is a trifold design, monocrystalline solar cells. It would pop out. You guys have these nice 4-panel piece in a trifold design. It's going to grab about 30% to 32% efficiency, even in light settings, for you to convert light to power. Now, magnetic clasp, ringlets, and of course the cabling. This is a great kit coming in at $229. Beautiful little package right there for you. So, guys, check that out. You won't be disappointed. I'm going to set that down there. We're going to move that aside, and I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. Let's make sure we check chat. Now, guys, if you need that code, I will have Lois post that code for you in chat so you guys can use that as well. But if you guys don't, just remember the banner down there is going to show that code throughout the whole show. Now, we're going to move on to, of course, the 240. Now, the Jackery Explorer 240 goes to the original styling and capability of their designs. This has got a fixed handle. It does, of course, have the Jackery logo, but it has a lithium-ion cell instead of the LiFePO4 cell. Now, with this is 240 watt-hours of power in this device. Does have one AC outlet. That means you guys can plug in house plugs into this, not just USB-C and USB-A ports. Now, that one AC outlet right there is going to do 200 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 400 if you need. Now, you do have two USB-A ports at 5 volt 2.4 amps and a DC input port right here. This is where you're going to plug in your wall plug, your car style plug, or your solar panel. Over here, you have one DC plug. This is a 12 volt 10 amp plug, cigarette lighter style device. Now, with this is under 8 pounds of weight, so you guys have about 7 pounds right here of weight. But it does have some cooling technologies, flame retardant shell, and class 9 drop protection for you. Now, this is going to take about 3.5 hours to fully charge this device for you. Not a bad charge time with that, of course, on hand. Now, the cool part is, guys, you could run like a house fan off of this for about 4 or so hours. That's going to be like a 45 watt house fan. Now, with it, of course, guys, charge rate, 3.5 hours wall plug, 5 hours cigarette car lighter for you. You guys could do probably 4 drone batteries off of this, 15 DSLR batteries, or even your Wi-Fi router or modem could be ran off of this. Now, the cool part is if you guys have that little mini fridge, you can do a mini fridge for about 3 hours as well, or even your laptop for 3 hours. Now, it's going to be like your Mac, your little Chromebooks, and stuff like that. For the tablet users, if you guys need to keep your kid's tablet running, about 7.5 hours of runtime off of this device with this. Now, like I said, a little over 6 pounds. This is slightly under 7 pounds of weight, so that means you guys can carry it, take it with you. It's a cool little piece. You even carry it on your shoulder if you really wanted to, because of the lightweight of this device. Now, the fixed handle is always permanently there, so you do know that. On the bottom, silicone pads, of course, on the 240 to stop marring up or damaging surfaces with this. And that's kind of cool. I like that. That means you guys can set it on the hood of your car and not have to worry about it. Literally, the only thing you're going to have to worry about if you set it on the hood of your car is grinding that dirt from that drive into the field when you're using it. It's just one of those things. Most of us ceramic coat our paint, so we're not really worried about that anyways as well. Guys, 240, great little option right here. Good price point, about $219 with the 240. It is a great price point and an amazing little product for you if you need something like that. I love the 240, of course, with this. It's a great little option for you as well. Now, if the original 240 is not the version that you really want to get, we have another option for you, and that's going to be the 240 V2. Now, the 240 V2 that we're showing you guys is a package deal. Now, the 240 V2 that we're showing you is going to be the 240 V2 and the Mini 40 solar panel. Now, this is going to come in around, I believe it's like $349, but there's an $80 clippable coupon on Amazon for you. Now, what does V2 mean? That means version 2. So, they changed the housing. They changed the housing to the square housing with the handle that folds up for you. Now, not only did they change the housing, but they changed the battery style. It moves from the lithium battery to a LiFePO4 style cell. Now, it also moved away from that DC round plug to, of course, that nice 3-prong computer-style wall plug. It also has a larger cooling technologies with this. Now, on this, it's got a 300-watt pure sine wave connectability AC outlet, but does peak at 600 if need be. Now, it jumps from 240 watt-hours of power to 256 watt-hours of power with this station. Now, some cool parts. 2 USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port. One's, I believe, the 15-watt port on this one. Now, you also have a 15-watt USB-A port right there. The 100-watt port is an in-and-out port for you, so you can actually charge this device off of that port. That means that's where you're going to plug in your solar panel with this. Now, lightweight, still under 8 pounds with this, so very, very light and capable. Now, 256 watt-hours of power, of course, means you guys are going to have this up and running in multiple devices. The cool part is it's got what's called Charge Shield 2.0. Now, Charge Shield 2.0 is their new charging system, which means you can have this fully charged in 1 hour on a wall plug, which is amazing to have that option. Now, if you don't want to use the wall plug and you want to use the USB-C, 2 hours fully charged, you're good to go. Now, the cool part is if you have that mini 40 little panel with the 240 V2, that's going to give you guys about 4 hours of run charge time before it's fully charged or so. Now, the 240 V2, of course, like I said, is a package deal, so you're going to get this and, of course, this beautiful thing. Now, the price point's $349, but there's an $80 clippable coupon, which is going to save you guys some money in this kit. Runtime, though. 256 hours means you guys can run a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker for about 16 hours of runtime. That's a great amount of runtime for a Bluetooth speaker. Now, for those of you that maybe want to run a 45-watt house fan, about 4 hours of runtime. For those of you that want to do your iPhone 14 Pro Maxes or 15s, about 12 charges off of that. For the 90-watt mini cooler, about 90 watts of power off that. That's about 2 hours of time with that. I do apologize, guys. A little cough there. Now, for those of you that want to keep your internet up and running while your power's out, connect up your modem to this, and you should get about 14 hours of runtime off of 15 watt router. Now, this light, yes, there is a light on this device. This light's about a 3 watt to 5 watt light bulb. You're going to get about 20 hours of runtime. This does have multiple modes. Another cool thing about the 240 V2, that's right, the 240 V2, another really cool idea is that it works with the app. The app is going to allow you to turn on all of these switches from your phone without having to touch the device. That means, oh, I forgot to shut off the light. I can hit that. Or maybe I want to shut off the fan from the air mattress or my bed. If we have a fan connected, do that. Connect up a TV. You guys can run a TV off of this. That's right. That little big screen TV back there should be able to run for about 4 hours on the 240 V2. Now remember, guys, you're going to get the 240 V2 and that Mini 40 solar panel at a phenomenal price point of $349. But remember, there's also an $80 clickable coupon, so don't worry about that. Click that coupon and save you guys a few bucks. Any questions about the 240 V2? I don't see no questions. I think up next is the original 300. We have two options of the original 300 in this carousel today. First and foremost is this 293 watt hour of device. Now, this goes back to the fixed handle, goes back to the original battery style, and does have two AC outlets. Your AC outlets on the 300 are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 600. Now, 293 watt hours of power means it's going to take about 3.5 hours to fully charge this on a wall plug. Now, where this changes is it's got two USB-A ports and a USB-C port. That USB-C port is a 60-watt port. That 60-watt port is an in-and-out port, which means you guys can actually wall charge this and, of course, use the DC plug, that port over here, to charge it together with the USB-C port, have it charged in 2 hours of time. That's actually kind of cool to be able to do that. Now, you still have that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug over here as well. It does have, of course, that display that comes on and shows you guys the battery charge with this as well. 7 pounds of weight, about $198 for the 300 by itself. Now, yes, that's an amazing piece right there of technology, but you can get it with the 100-watt solar panel. Now, that means you guys are going to get this and the 100-watt solar panel for $399, which is 31% savings. This is that large panel that's going to come with that kit. This is kind of cool. Now, runtime on the 300 right here is actually amazing as well, because you guys can run a Nintendo Switch for over 40 hours. You guys can get about 15 to 16 DSLR batteries, or about 5.5 to 6 drone batteries, depending on the drone that you're using. For the mini cooler users, about 4.5 hours, or your laptop, about 4.5 hours of runtime as well. Flat screen TV, 4.5 as top of that. Guys, great little piece, awesome little options, great price point at $399, 31% savings for this and that 100-watt panel. It's a no-brainer. It's a great option. Any questions about those stations that we've showed you thus far, please ask and we will answer. Now I'm going to check, of course, to see what we got next. I believe we're going to be showing you guys the 500. The 500 is kind of cool. I like the 500. See here. My carousel on my side is not working, so I do apologize if my carousel is not working properly. I know the Jackery side should be working very, very well. All right, guys, we're going to show you guys the 500 by itself, right? Jackery Explorer 500. We're going to move over here, and we're like, hey, it's in the middle of the table. That's right. It's right there. That is the 500. The Jackery Explorer 500, of course, is the original styling of housing. It's 518 watt hours of power, and it does come in about 13 and a half to 13 and a quarter pounds of weight. Still very lightweight, still very portable with the 500. Now, with the 500, it's $499 by itself, and there's a $150 clippable coupon for you, which is going to save you guys a few bucks. Now, for those of you that want to, of course, get the 500 and the 100-watt solar panel, we have that option as well. There's a $799 price tag, but there's an $80 clippable coupon for you. Now, the 500 is going to be about 5.5 hours to fully charge that device for you with it. Now, it has one AC outlet right here. This AC outlet's going to do 500 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 1,000. On top of that, it's got 3 USB-A ports and 3 DC output ports. Now, it has one DC input port right there for you, and it's got a flashlight on the side, which is kind of cool. They add that flashlight for you. It has 2 modes, 1 brightness and SOS flash. Now, with it, it does have, of course, the screen on the front. It's going to show you guys the battery level. It's going to show you the input and output of this device. With that 5.5 hour charge point, you're going to get about 9 hours on that mini cooler runtime, or about 30 hours on your laptop. 7 hours on that flat screen TV for you if you really need it. Now, we could also do electric blanket for about 4 hours. Sheila, what's up? How are you doing? Now, for those of you that are rounding off the end of the year, hitting up the camping trips and stuff, guys, maybe you like to do the float the rafts down the river, or maybe you guys want to air up the air mattresses. You should be able to run that air pump that runs those for about 8 hours off of this, which is a great runtime. Now, remember, we have the station by itself, or we have the station with the solar panel. Both phenomenal price points. The station by itself is like $499, but there is a $150 clippable coupon. If you want it with the solar panel, it's a $799 price tag, but there is an $80 clippable coupon for that device. So both amazing options. The 500 is a beautiful little piece of technology that can even run a CPAP machine or your Xbox if you want it. We're doing this evening. Oh, look at that. We got a device right behind it. That's what we're going to show you guys next. Now, the device behind it is the 600 Plus. Now, this is a more current and newer product from Jackery. The 600 Plus, of course, is a really cool piece. It's got that new housing. It has that handle that folds up. It does have 2 AC outlets. Those AC outlets are going to do 800 watts of pure sine wave connectability for your standard 3-prong American plug devices. Now, with that, it can peak at 1600, so technically, yes, you could plug in a window AC into this, and it should be able to run it. Now, with the 600 Plus, you get 632 watt hours of power, but it's got that new Charge Shield 2.0 and LifePo 4 cells. Charge Shield 2.0 means you're going to have it fully charged in 1 hour of charge time on a wall plug. I like that idea and that option. Now, this device by itself weighs 16.1 pounds. Very lightweight for you. Now, some cool parts. 4,000 charge cycles over the next 10 years at 100% battery. Then after that, about 70% battery, they're on out, which is a good time. If you want to, though, you guys can run a bunch of different things off of this device without a problem because it does have that power ratio. You guys can do the 10-watt Bluetooth speaker for about 35 to 36 hours. For the iPhone users, about 14 charge times. Or if you really want to run that house fan for about 10 hours. Or even that flat screen TV for 8 hours. Or even your double door refrigerator, 520 watt refrigerator for an hour of runtime. Now the station by itself is a beautiful price point, but why not get the station and the solar panel? Now the station and the 100-watt solar panel is going to come in, I think, about. I don't actually see a price tag. Anybody see a price tag on that? Lois, do we know the price on that? I don't see a price on the 600 plus and solar panel. Now, the solar panel that comes with that kit, guys, is the 100-watt solar panel. It is a new solar panel. I will move the camera so you guys can see this. This is that 100-watt solar panel that you're going to get in that kit. This is a trifold design quad panel. It is a bi-directional or bifacial charging style with this panel. So it's a great little piece right there, of course, if you need amazing kit, amazing solar panel, fully waterproof, water resistant. Can be ran in harsh and wet weather without a problem on that 600 plus. I believe the kit was like $679. I could be wrong. Maybe out of stock if I possible. So I do apologize. All right, guys, we're going to talk about the original 1000. Now, we are definitely going to bounce back here. We're going to change camera views. We're going to go way up there. We're going to move all the way over, and then we're going to zoom on in. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm doing this. Well, that's because that station is the 1000. That is the Jackery Explorer 1000. Now, this is actually 1,002 watt-hours of power in a $549 price tag. That's literally a large savings for you. Now, with this 1,002 watt-hours of power, you have 3 AC outlets that do, of course, 1,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 2,000. Now, with it, you do have 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, a 12-volt 10-amp plug, and you have 2 DC plugs. Now, the DC plug is an output plug, and then you have that Anderson clip right next to it. Now, I'm going to actually zoom in a little closer so you guys can kind of see that black and red Anderson clip right there on you. Now, just like, whoa, that camera just went sideways. I do apologize about the camera, guys. Tracking just hit on it, so it was tracking something. I'm not sure. Now, it does have a flashlight on the side. This one actually weighs a little bit, so do know it's got a little bit of weight for you, so it's not going to be a little light. It's like 22 pounds. Now, runtime is kind of cool with this because you can run a heated blanket for about 11 hours off of this. The light bulb on the side about 65 hours, a mini cooler about 13 hours, or even that TV for about 9 hours. Now, what I was doing is I could run a CPAP machine off of this for multiple nights without a problem. So if you need to have a sleep machine while you're sleeping, while the power's out, this can do that for you. Now, it is the original lithium-ion battery style, so you do have that in here. It's not the LiFePro 4 cell. It does have 8 output ports and, of course, the input ports on this as top. This is a really cool piece. It's a great option. I really like it. It's an amazing little device for you. Now, that's the original 1000. Phenomenal, phenomenal product. But what I can tell you is down here on this table, if I move over to this side, you're going to see a little device right down here, right in front of it. That's the 1000 V2. Now, the 1000 V2 is a cool little piece with, of course, all that new technology. That's the 1000 V2. So this is the newer device. Now, the 1000 V2 comes in about $799 of a price point for you. Now, with it, though, it steps up in the battery range. It's got 1,070 watt-hours of power. There's a $170 clippable coupon on this device for you as well with that. And I kind of like that you guys have that option to, of course, get that price point and do what you need with that on hand. Now, let's see if you're allowed to have an issue. But just an amazing price point with this. Now, this has, of course, Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 means you guys are going to be able to do what you need as you need with this and the time you need to do it. And I like those options. Something just kicked on, and I don't know what it did, but hey, we'll fix that. Now, I love that you have the Charge Shield 2.0, which means Charge Shield 2.0 means you can actually have it up and charged in 1 hour of time and fully charged, and you're good to go. Now, with it, though, you guys can run multiple devices without a problem. It does have 3 AC outlets. Those AC outlets are going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 3,000. Now, with it, you do have two USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port, one's a 30-watt port. That means you guys can run your MacBook Pros and other devices off this without a problem as well. For those of you that are Android users that don't need that much power to come through it, you have the 18-watt USB-A port on top of that, which is well done. Now, like I said, Charge Shield 2.0, 1 hour charge time, you're good to go. If you want to put it in quiet charging mode, 5 hours, of course, and it's going to be about 22 decibels in that. Now, you'll have to turn on the app to do that, though, for you. For those of you wanting to charge it on, of course, that really cool USB-C 100-watt port, it's going to take a little under 2 hours for you. Can do it. Now, where they up the game on this is they are going to allow you to connect up to the 200-watt solar panels on this device. That means if you have two of those 200-watt solar panels, you can have it fully charged in a 3-hour charge time. Now, they have the option of the 1000 V2 and the 200-watt solar panel. Now, this is a single panel kit. The price point's about $12.99, but there's a $370 clippable coupon. That's going to save you a little bit of money for that kit, which is amazing. Your 1,070 watt hours of power on the 1000 V2 means you guys can run multiple devices and not have an issue with that. 14 hours on the laptop, about 20 drone batteries, 50 hours on the Bluetooth speaker if you really wanted to. Heated blanket, a little over 12 hours. Your electric grill, I think it's like 50 to 55 minutes. It's an amazing piece. But those of you that want to do like the mini fridge, 14 hours of runtime on the mini fridge. That flat screen TV, a little over 10 hours. Now, yes, it's 1,070 watt hours of power. So technically, you guys can connect up an AC, a window AC, and run it for about an hour of time, which is cool. I like that option. I could use an AC right now because if you notice, I'm actually sweating and I don't have my AC on. Should have turned it on. 1000 V2, guys, an amazing piece. About 23 and a quarter pounds for the station. The 200 panel, of course, is about 21 pounds by itself. So do know it's about 40 or so pounds total weight with the station and the solar panel. Solar panel is a 200-watt solar panel, trifold design, quad panel, fully waterproof, water resistant, harsh and wet weather. Can be used out there and will give you about 34% conversion rate of conversion light to, of course, power. Amazing piece of technology. I love it. I like that they're adding the 1000 V2. Now, I did get confirmation last week from Lois, or the last show from Lois, that they are going to be up to redoing the 3000 Pro as well into a lithium LiFePO 4 cell, which is kind of cool. I love that they are updating to a lot of these systems to newer batteries. So they're getting away from the older style batteries to the LiFePO 4 cells, which should give you more power, more capacity of that. Now, we're moving on to the 2000 Pro system, and of course, that's... Why is my camera acting weird today? My camera is not having it with me today. This is going to be the 2000 Pro station. Now, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, fuck, what is this? This is a 40-pound station, right? This is a kit that we're showing you guys tonight. It's the station and the 200-watt solar panel. It's like a $2,100 price tag, normally like $2,400. I believe there is a $200 clippable coupon, plus you guys can use that 5% banner down there. Now, with this device, you have, of course, 2,160 watt hours of power in this power station. Now, with that being said, you have 3 AC outlets that will do 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak, of course, at 4,400 if need be. Now, with the station, of course, you got 2 USB-C ports, 100 watts max charging capability through each of those ports, 2 USB-A ports that will do 18 watts max, and it does have a flashlight over here that you guys can turn on and do multiple modes if you want, or even SOS pattern to let people know. It still has that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug hidden over here under the other cork, so you guys have that. Now with this, it's got that nice, beautiful black screen that, of course, has got that nice high contrast white and orange. It's going to show you the battery range. It's going to show you guys your input and output. It'll also show you guys the hertz of the plug. So if I turn that on, it's going to show you guys our runtime, the hertz that it's pulling, and, of course, the voltage that it's pulling. Right now it's reading nothing, but there it goes, 120 volts at 60 hertz for you. All of them are individually switched for this. Now, 2-hour charge time on a wall plug, you're good to go. You're up and running if you want to use a wall plug, which is amazing for that. For those of you that want to do solar panels, maybe you have 6 of those 200-watt panels. Of course, it's going to be about 2.5-hour charge time. Running devices. You guys could run an electric grill for over an hour. You guys could run a blender for 5 hours. You guys could do a 1100-watt window AC for over 2 hours. You could even do, of course, a 520-watt refrigerator for a little over 3.5 hours. Amazing options. For those of you that want to do microwaves, over 96 minutes, you're good to go. And that's going to be a large microwave for some of the more power hungry. If you have a smaller microwave, it will probably run a lot longer with this. Now, full kit, like I said, this is about a 40-plus pounds piece, plus the solar panel is, of course, 21 pounds. 62 pounds of weight total with this. Not the lightest station, but also not the heaviest station that we're showing you. With this, of course, the 2000 Pro has a handle, so you can carry it around right here. I know it's kind of hard to see it, but it does have the handle. Has a silicone pad on the handle. Has, of course, cabling connections on the back. The cabling connections are going to be your wall plug, your cigarette plug, and your solar panel plugs right there for it. Any questions about this? Now, if you guys have questions, please ask. We're definitely here to answer. What I can tell you is this is actually a pretty silent device. It runs about 53 decibels. Most of that sound is going to be either that fan kicking on to keep the battery cool, or, of course, the switches clicking. The switches, of course, when you click them on, do make a audible click that you can hear when you're pressing it. So that's most of the sound. These stations are very silent. You can sleep through it. You can put it next to a baby and not have to worry. I love the 2160 watt hours of power is amazing too. I don't see any questions about this station, so I guess we can talk about the 3000 Pro. Now, the 3000 Pro is what I was talking about. This, of course, is the original version, but what I've heard, or some of the info I've actually heard about, is they are upgrading it to a LiFePO 4-cell system, which is amazing to know, because I like that they're adding that. Now, this is a large station. This is a full-on kit that we're showing you guys tonight. It's a $3,700 price tag, but there is, of course, a $700 clippable coupon. That's going to bring you down to, about a little under $3,000. The better part is you use that 5% code and you get it a little cheaper. Now, 3,024 watt hours of power in this device. Now, this device is running an RGB light right now for us through the show. It's actually been running it through every show that I've been doing for a few months now without a problem. Now, you do have 5 AC outlets. 4 of them are standard 3-prong on the bottom that will do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000. You then have that larger style plug on top of it, which will do, of course, 3,000 watts and can peak at 6,000 as well. That means you guys can plug a TIG or MIG welder into it. You guys can plug an old school washer and dryer into it, or other devices that use that larger style plug. Now, with it, you do have 2 USB-C ports that will do 100 watts charging capability and 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts charging capability. Now, the device itself weighs 64 pounds. It's a heavy station. It's about a 102-pound package because you do get 2 of those large solar panels. Now, with that being said, they want you to be able to roll it around. So they put 2 large 3-inch wheels on the side. They also put a metal aluminum handle that telescopes in and out, so you guys can tip it, roll it on pretty much any surface. The only surface that I've actually had slight problems with is sand. Sand tends to sink down, so the weight of the device sinks a little bit, so you're dragging some of it, and you guys will notice that, so just be careful in sand. I've had no problem on grass. I've had no problem on concrete. I've had no problem on slightly soft dirt or hard compact dirt or even carpet. So it's not that bad with it. Now with it though, 2.5 hours is what it's going to take to fully charge it on a wall plug. That 2.5 hour full charge means you guys can run 1150 watt window AC for about 3 hours of runtime, or that 520 watt refrigerator for a little over 5 hours. For the people that just want to have that big screen TV going, I think 60-watt TV is going to give you 30 to 35 hours of runtime, which is amazing. That means you guys can keep the game console going and not have to worry about it. Now, the 3000 Pro does work with the app. The app is Android based or iOS based. You can find it on the App Store, so you don't have to worry about it. It's called the Jackery app. Now, with that being said, you have multiple run times on different devices, ranging from, let's say, 1160 watt microwave for 2.25 hours, or that 1150 watt window AC for about 3 hours. I got to cough. 1 second, everybody. Oh. I do apologize for the coughing. It's one of those things that is bothering me today. I'm not sure why. Now, you probably heard me say the 1150 watt window AC will run for 3 hours, but the 1160 watt microwave will run for 2.25 hours. There's a difference with that. The microwave will kick on and take more power quicker than that constant power from the window AC, unless you have the window AC put on, let's say, like energy saving mode, which is kind of cool. Now, for those of you that want to do like off the grid living, guys, you could run, of course, your electric grill for 2.5 hours. You guys can do a space heater for about 6 hours. For the people that want to run their garages, a welding machine like a Tigger MIG welder, about a 5800 watt draw, should give you a little over an hour runtime with this machine. For those of you that want to do like a 600 watt angle grinder to cut off like metals and doing metals work, about 6 hours of runtime with that. For the ones that will have, let's say, like a sump pump or a well pump, 60 watt pump like that device will allow you to do about 32 hours of runtime, or even hand drills for about 6 hours. It's got a wide range of usages with this. Now, I'm going to move over. We're going to pop up, and I'm going to kind of try and grab the Jackery app. Hopefully, I'm logged in. We are logged in, so right there, you guys can see the app, and I do have multiple devices like the 700 Plus and the 3000 Pro down here. Now, that plus symbol up in the corner by the battery will allow you guys to go over into the pairing mode. Now, this will work with almost all of the Plus systems and the 3000 Pro system. You'll pop it over and it'll start scanning for a device. Of course, none of the other devices are on, so it's not going to see them tonight. Now, we're going to grab the 3000 Pro, and you guys are going to see it's going to show about 49% battery there. It's going to show about 22 Celsius of temperature runtime. Now, with that, of course, you guys are going to see that I have the AC outlet on. And if I hit that switch, it's going to turn off that light on the actual table from the app. To turn it back on, it's going to take less than 20 milliseconds or so to kick that switch back on. The green light's already on, and now the lamp should come on as well. Really cool little easy options with this to be able to use the app, so you don't have to walk over to the machine to turn it on and off by hand. So you have the option of doing it with your phone. 3000 Pro, guys, great price point. Like I said, $3,700, but there's a $700 clippable coupon. There's also that 5% code that you guys can use in that banner down there to save you some extra money or a little bit of beans in your wallet. Now, like I said, the kit, though, does come with two of their largest solar panels, the 200-watt Solar Saga panels. Amazing pieces. Now, the wattage of this device, 3,024 watt-hours of power, may mean that you might be eligible for the 30% tax credit through the Residential Clean Energy Credit programs. Reach out to your electric company to see what clean energy programs you have in your area to see if you maybe qualify if you guys pick up this station. Now, it does have to be over like 3,000 watts of power or watt-hours of power, so do know that it's going to be a lot of power to get you in that range for that. Any questions about the 3000? No questions tonight about the 3000. So let's talk about the 300 Plus. 300 Plus is a cool one. Now, this is a kit. It's going to be 300 Plus and the 40 solar panel. This, of course, is a LiFePO4 cell. It is also 288 watt-hours of power in less than 8 pounds. With this, you do have the handle that folds up and moves down. It has a silicone padding like all of the other stations that have these foldable handles. On the bottom, still has the silicone pads as well. You have one AC outlet. This AC outlet's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 600. That means you guys can plug in your CPAP machines, your house fans, your TVs, or other devices without a problem. You have two USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port right there, in and out port. The other, of course, is a 15-watt port for you. You also have that 15-watt USB-A port and 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. Now, over here next to that 10-amp plug is going to be, of course, the screen. If you guys hold it on, it'll pop on the screen. The other side is going to be your flashlight for this. Now, they did change it to the large wall plug, so you guys are good to go. This can actually be fully charged in under an hour and a half on a wall plug if you really wanted to. Now, if you want to use the USB-C port by itself, little over 2.5 hours fully charged. For those of you that want to use, of course, this mini 40 solar panel, about 7.5 to 10 hours is what it's going to take to fully charge off of this. Now, this panel comes with this kit. It is a $349 kit, all right? $349. Mini 40 solar panel, and of course the 300 plus station. Now the plus station does work with, of course, the app on hand. Now the cool part is you're still going to be able to do like the Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours of runtime. Your 45-watt house fan still about 4.5 to 4.75 of an hour, or 4.75 hours of runtime with your house fan. For the emergency backup of like your modem, of course, 15.25 hours. That light bulb on the front, about 22 hours. Or that TV for 4.25 hours as well. Bluetooth speaker, 18 hours. Or if you want, for those of you that have pets, you guys can do like a pet heating pad for about 7 hours of runtime with this. Nice, lightweight, portable device that can be used pretty much where you need it, as you need it, in the times of need. It's nice, light, and of course capable of being taken everywhere. If you guys need, right here, mini little power station, the 300 plus, and the mini 40 solar panel. Now that solar panel is, of course, notebook size, so it can be put in a backpack and taken pretty much anywhere. I appreciate that, Jim. Anissa, I just saw you over there. I apologize, I did not see you sooner. Now we're going to go into, I believe, the 1000 plus station. Now, the 1000 plus station is, of course, a modular station. What I call modular means is you guys can add batteries onto this. So that means you guys can extend the battery time with this. Now, the 1000, of course, is up there on the station. We're going to zoom in slightly, and we're going to fix the camera for you. I'm not sure why it looks dark tonight over there. I do know why. I forgot a light. I do apologize, guys. It's a little dark. I forgot to turn a light on over there. Now, that is the 1000 plus power station. 1264 watt hours of power on this device. Now, the three AC outlets, if I can kind of get up and point them out to you, which I will try. So these AC outlets are going to do, of course, 2000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 4000. It does have, of course, a flashlight on the side, multiple modes, 2 USB-C ports, and 2 USB-A ports for this. Now, with that, under 2 hours is what your charge time is going to be on a wall plug with this device. I love that. Now, you probably heard me say under 2 hours. Well, technically, it's about 1 hour and 3/4, so that's what your charge rate on a wall plug is going to be. Now, for those of you that want to do that under 2 hour charge rate, that means you're up and running. You guys can run a window AC off of this. It's 1264 watts of power. So, yes, you can run a window AC for a little over 1 hour and a half with this device. Now, the station, of course, is about $849, which is a great price point. It's an amazing price point. You guys can run multiple devices off this. Now, the cool part is I'm going to tell you guys, like always, if you don't want just the station, well, we also have the station and 2 of the solar panels. Now, the solar panels in this kit is, of course, the 100-watt Solar Saga solar panels. It's a $1,500 price tag, but there's a $150 clippable coupon. So it's going to save you a few bucks. Plus, there's that 5% code that we got in that banner. Save yourself some money, get the solar panels, and, of course, the station together. You'll still have that great runtime, that great charge rate, but you'll also have the options to charge it outside in the sun and not have to plug it into your wall plug. But don't just wait there. Go with the full kit, right? The 1000 plus kit is going to be, of course, the station that's sitting there, the battery that's sitting on top of it, and 2 solar panels. Now, that's like a $2,100 price tag. There's a $200 clippable coupon. Now, you heard me right, battery. So you can actually extend it to 2,528 watt hours of power in this kit. That means you just doubled your runtime. That window AC can run over 2 hours without a problem. Your TV can run, your flat screens, your CPAP machines, and everything else in between can be ran off of this. Now, the really cool part about the 1000 Plus is like I said, yes, you can add batteries, but you can actually have 3 batteries total, which is going to give you guys over 5,056 watt hours of power. That's 5 kilowatts. That's a lot of power. You're going to be able to run a good amount of stuff if you add on all of those batteries with this kit. It's an amazing option. Now, yes, you guys can run your weed eaters, you guys can run your lawnmowers, you guys can run your refrigerators, you can run your coffee makers, your ice machines, your crock pots if you really wanted to, your ironing boards, even your hair dryers could be ran off of the 1000 Plus without a problem. Take it outside, run a movie projector for over 9 hours. Not an issue. For those of you that want to do your drone batteries and everything else, or your Keystone lights, you can do it off this machine. There's no issues with doing all that. Now, yes, the 1000 Plus does work with the app, guys. You can run, of course, and turn on all the switches with this. The battery does come with a linking cable. It's a large orange cable that's going to link the battery to the station, and then vice versa, the station to station, or the battery to battery, and battery to battery. So you have all of those. It does come with this stuff. So you have 3 different options: the station by itself, the station with 2 solar panels, or the station with, of course, the solar panels and that battery. What do we have here? Hey, what happened to Jennifer's comment? Jennifer's comment got deleted? What? Alright, guys, we're going to show you guys their largest modular system. This is the 2000 Plus system. Now, yes, it's on the table. Yes, it's next to that light. And yes, of course, it looks like the 3000 Pro system. Now, the 2000 Plus is a large device, 64 pounds of weight. Now, it's like 11% off tonight. It's like $19.59, but there's also $260 clippable coupon on the 2000 Plus station. Now, with this, 2,042 watt hours of power, which is amazing. It has those 5 AC outlets. 4 of those are standard 3-prong American style that can do 3,000 watts per sine wave power, but can peak at, of course, 6,000 watts. You still have those 2 USB-C ports. You guys see I have one thing connected into it. It's some Keystone lighting on the side. Now, you have 2 of those that will do 100 watts of charging capability, but can determine if, of course, it needs to be a lower charge rate. That's because of the intelligent battery management system and charging system that's built in with this. Now, just like, of course, the 3000 Pro, it's got the 2 large 3-inch wheels that's going to allow you to roll it around. Has that aluminum telescopic handle that folds up in itself and can be used with that, of course, on hand. Now, 2-hour charge time is what it's going to take to fully charge this device on a wall plug. No problems. 25 hours and a cigarette lighter in your RV, motorhome, or your toy haulers. For those of you that want to run multiple devices off the 2000 by itself, guys, you can do, of course, your house fans. You can do everything else. CPAP machine, 150 hours on the device by itself. 1150 watt window AC, a little under 2 hours. Your 520 watt refrigerator, a little over 3 hours. 200 watt desktop PC. That's going to be like your all-in-one Dells or HPs, right? About 12 hours of runtime for those of you that want to do that. Welding machine. That 5800 watt welding machine, a little over a half hour. So it can still run it. Your well pump, of course, is going to be about 20 hours of runtime. Now, we do have it with, of course, the solar panels at like $24.79 as well. You're going to get the station and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels at a great price point of $2,479, plus use that 5% code. But why settle for just that? Why not go for the full 4000 kit? Now, the full 4000 kit, of course, is that station and the battery sitting right on top of it. That means you just doubled your runtime to 4,085 watt hours of power. Now, this kit is about 12% off. It's like $4,399, but there is a $400 clippable coupon, so that's going to drop it down even more. Plus, use that 5% to drop it down even more than that. Now with it, like I said, it's a modular system, so you guys can add even more batteries on. You can actually have 5 batteries total connected up to this system. That's going to give you 12 kilowatts of hour power. Now, they did something really cool with the 2000 plus system. You can actually run this parallel with another 2000 plus system and actually have 10 batteries total to do 24 kilowatts of hour power. That's phenomenal. That means you guys are living off the grid, powering your home without a problem, and you guys can have multiple solar panels. You can have 6 solar panels to the station, and you can have a couple solar panels to each battery as well with that. I love that they added those options for you. So that is, of course, the 4000 kit. Now, we have the battery also in the carousel, so if you guys need the battery, check that out as well. I think the battery's like $1,400 or less. I can't remember what the price point on that is. Now, we're going to start showing you guys solar panels. So we're going to pop over here. We're going to show you guys the solar panels. We're going to start off with the Mini 40. Now, the Mini 40 can be used on, of course, the 100 plus, all the way up to like the 500 if you really wanted to, or even the 600 plus. Now, the Mini 40 is, of course, this little beauty right here at $129 price tag. Now, $129 price tag is a decent price tag for the Mini 40. It has a magnetic clasp that actually holds it shut. Now, with this, of course, it is a book size style. It's about 12 inches by 10 inches by a ½ inch thick. With this, of course, it is a trifold design. It is a monocrystalline solar cell, but it has 4 panels built in. This means you can put it in a backpack, take it on a hiking trip, and not have to worry. It's very, very portable and easily to be carried. It's less than 3 pounds of weight. Now, with this, you're going to get about 23% efficiency in converting light into power into those stations with this. Fully waterproof, water resistant with an IP68 rating, which means it can actually be out in harsh and wet weather. Yes, technically you can leave it out in hail, snow. You don't have to worry about it. Leave it out in the dirt, wash it off with the hose, and you're good to go. Now, the only thing I'm going to tell you is yes, the solar panel is waterproof. The stations are not. So do not put the stations out there. Now, the stations do have, of course, these clamped-on eye-ring lids that allow you to tie it down. It also has these metal buttons that is going to allow it to button shut. Of course, magnetic clasp to hold it down, and a little lightweight with this Mini 40. So if you guys need a solar panel of this size, the Mini 40 is a great option for you. Now, for those of you that may not want a Mini 40 solar panel, how about the 100 panel? Now, there are multiple variations of the 100 watt. We have the original Solar Saga 100. We also have that new foldable 100. They also have the 100, I think it's like a 100 plus solar panel. I can't remember the name of the solar panel. But it's a very modular system that can be mounted to the roof. Now, we have the original 100 right here. This original 100 can be used on the 100 plus all the way up to the 1500 power station. Now, this is, of course, a $299 price tag, but there's a $30 clippable coupon with this. It does have these beautiful little kickstands that are Velcroed on. That's going to allow you to have it up and standing in no time. ETFE laminated handle, of course, with this. Magnets inside the handles to hold it shut with this. And on the back, it's got this very beautiful little zip-up pocket. That pocket's going to come open for you guys and just zip out for you to have the 10.5-foot cable. This cable does, of course, have 2 adapters. You have the original plug, or you have the smaller size plug for the styles of solar stations that you're plugging it into. Now, on here, you also have a USB-C port and a USB-A port, which means you guys can plug a phone or a tablet into this and charge off of this by itself, which is kind of cool. Now, yes, this is, of course, this is a bifold design, so it's a double panel, which is going to allow you to open it up. Nice, large panel right here. This is going to do about 33.5% efficiency in grabbing that light. Hopefully you guys can see that light back there that it's grabbing. This is going to grab that light in, of course, low light settings to convert about 100 watts of power at 18 volts for you. Now with this, still fully waterproof, water resistant, monocrystalline solar cells make up this panel. This is a beautiful little panel that has everything you need. It is a lightweight panel, and it does have a handle. You can carry this around without a problem. That's the Solar Saga 100 solar panel for you guys. Now, like I said, they have very different variations of that 100-watt panel. Now, we have one more solar panel to show you guys tonight, and that is going to be the 200-watt Solar Saga. Now, the 200-watt Solar Saga has a $700 price tag. It's got a $140 clippable coupon on Amazon for you. Now, with that, I'm going to pop over here. We're going to drop out that image, and we're going to pull up this little video. Now, the 200-watt solar panel, of course, is going to work on the 1000 V2, and it's going to work on, of course, the 1500 Pro all the way up to the 3000 Pro stations. Now, with this, it's still an IP68 water rating, so I mean you can use it in harsh and wet weather and not worry about it with that. It has got a beautiful little case. It's got a pocket that's got a 9.5-foot cable. Rita, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, with it is a trifold design, but it is a quad panel. This station weighs 21 pounds. It is a weight. It's got a lot of weight to the solar panel. Now, 4 panels in a trifold design, so it's a quad panel, has 3 kickstands to hold it up without an issue. Inside the case, it has a zip-up pocket where you're going to find that cabling. The cabling does have a straight connection or a 90-degree angled connection. You should be able to have this set up in under 30 seconds to any of these stations, like the 1000 V2, the 1500 Pro, the 2000 Pro, the 2000 Plus, or the 3000 Pro stations. Now, with it, you're going to get about 24.3% or 24.25% efficiency in converting light to power, even in lower light settings, which is amazing. This has got the IBC technology built in for the solar panel with that monocrystalline solar cells with the flexibility of the design, which is kind of very cool. This is definitely born to be used outdoors in that beautiful weather. What I always am going to recommend, get the extension cable so you can put the solar stations away. Right there, you guys will see I'm pulling in about 153 watts of power to charging that, which is great, within 10 seconds of it being connected to the station. If I let it sit there, it probably would jump up a lot higher. And of course, I'm a little bit under a tree. I'm in front of a 4-story building, and there are clouds out. If it was brighter, it would pull more power in there without an issue. This is a beautiful solar panel at a great price point if you need one for the larger systems. The 200-watt Solar Saga is definitely going to be a go-to for it. Great price point, $700, $140 clippable coupon, amazing piece. Now, for all of you that are actually purchasing over $1,000, again, guys, we have that 5% code down there, the EMLGAGCJ7 code that you guys can put in at the end of your purchase to get 5% off of your $1,000 purchases or more. Any questions about any of the items that we showed tonight at all? Because I believe that is the last of our products today. Before we go off, I will show you guys one variation of the 100-watt solar panel. This, of course, comes with like the 600 Plus. This is a newer 100-watt panel. It's a bifold design. So you're going to get, of course, the light converting light from both sides of the panel, which is kind of cool with this. So this is a smaller 100-watt solar panel in package size, but actually folds out very large. So they do have different variations of solar panels out there if you guys need at great price point. I see no questions, so I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you, I believe, Sunday evening on my next stream. Have a good evening, everybody. We'll see you on the next.